3 different times, they didn't do anything or say anything. They just listened. And I realized that what I had taught for so long about self-healing was really, really important. But if you don't have the added community, it's worthless. Yeah. You literally can't do it alone. We have to journey through this life together. Yeah. And we ended up, my brain broke Christmas of 18. And I said, Reid, I'm going to bed. If I'm going to be broke, hungry, and exhausted, I'm at least going to eliminate the exhausted. And I'm going to be broke and hungry and laying in bed. And for 2 months, I just filled my brain with probably 150 books. And I just started reading libraries like I always had, but I didn't give myself permission to do before. Ended up manifesting a brand new trailer that was given to us by a few amazing organizations, got together, gave us a new RV. We promptly left town because we're city people, needed to be around in a city. We moved to New Orleans, where we got jobs, got on our feet, and rested. For 6 months, we just completely rested. And we only answered 2 questions. We're going to design our life. What do we want it to look like? And who do we want to serve? And for 6 months, we just did nothing. Like, we just went to work and came home and played with the kids and had a good time and rested and
dreamed. Every Friday night, every Saturday night.
Right. We just, we had a good, relaxing mental health break.
Well, it was actually kind of terrifying to begin with.
Right.
I had a breakthrough in the beginning because it was terrifying. It was like we took everything we had and we're just like, we're leaving. Right. But as we decided to focus on our mental health, our hearts, where we're going, everything just started to fall into place. Like, it just all...
We knew.
Yeah, we just knew. We just knew.
And because my brain that I had been toting around, I was like, Reid, this is it.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing things that I influenced and helped create, 6-7 years ago, be really working. And I'm like, man, this is amazing. It's really it worked. I was right. I nailed it.
And I saw the freedom outside of, honestly, religion.
Right.
We do not appeal to religious people per se. We, in fact, are just very accepting.
Right.
And accepting of just kindness. So many different types of people because of kindness. Right.
Kindness is our universal rule. It's kindness and respect. It doesn't matter what a person's background, but we have to admit that religion influences us.
Yeah.
Because it's a core part of our beliefs.
So without it, it's we are discovering.
Right.
It's like rediscovering you, and then in the process, just everybody deserves this.
Right.
Everybody deserves to not just be healed, but to
be
feel
themselves.
Good about themselves, but to be themselves and expect more from themselves too.
Right. Yeah.
In this lockdown, people have the opportunity to be stuck.
I wanted to finish telling the story.
Yes, back to the story.
So,
sorry.
At the very end, do anything until January 1st, 2020.
Yes.
And that was our date. We were we can't do anything until then because we have to have a break.
Yes.
And our son, who was sick, we were coming home from laser tag. His birthday's the beginning of December. Coming home from laser tag, and he's paralyzed again. Literally that day on his birthday, it all came back. New Orleans has a tree that's in the same family as what's in Austin. Not the same tree. We checked that. Same family, though. And he became paralyzed. We said, okay, we have to do this now. We have to get out of the South. We have to get out of this region. We had already decided that Las Vegas was going to be where we were going to go because there's no hurricanes. Really, it's an environmentally safe place, but there's no trees that are even remotely near the cedar family. Oh. So we were like, okay, Vegas. We ended up selling our brand new RV January 1st and flew to Vegas and started this business.
Yeah. It was escaping. And we literally were we got to escape. You almost
like
Jess was on the plane and wasn't breathing. Like it was like
the
going from one environment to
oh my God,
another.
that was the worst story ever.
Oh.
We flew in January 9th and the air was so bad in the plane. I needed a mask then that I had the worst asthma attack. I've had 2 tracheotomies because I'm allergic to a lot of things, but I haven't had a problem. Like my last one was when I was like 11. So I haven't had a problem like since I was 11 like that. The paramedics came after we landed to like give me breathing treatments because I was going to die.
Yeah.
Like,
it was like you could
that
see,
flight was the worst fucking flight I've ever been on in my entire life.
Everybody was struggling with the air on the plane. And so
there was something wrong.
In your condition, it was just like her lungs were shutting down. It was really scary.
And our son can't walk. And like
he's like, hobbling and he suddenly has more strength because mama's
not going to be okay.
And it was weird, but those paramedics, that was actually a beautiful thing coming to Las Vegas. Those paramedics were really, really on point.
So the point of all of this, it's May.
Yeah, it's May now.
And in these few months, we have just opened the box and just said, and because we believe in this life journey and always taught healing community and self-healing, it's the same shit I always taught. We just like opened the box and said, okay, we've done it not once, but twice. And now it's time to go. And then the virus happened and this lockdown. And we were like, we've been prepared for this our entire life. The time is now.
Right? And then the next thing, oh my God. And then we started realizing there's more. Dun, dun, dun. We started realizing that we were planning this ever since the first year of our marriage. We wanted community. And we both came from cult backgrounds. So we're like, oh no, not that kind of community. That was part of
our root, was our problem that we didn't want community because we both came from cults. Like hardcore religious cults. And so we rejected this community idea for ourselves because we didn't want to be like cult leaders. Yeah. And now I'm less like, fuck it. I'll have the biggest cult in the world with no doors. You can leave if you want. Like, I don't care.
It'll be the
I don't hold people hostage.
Ever.
Like, the least cultiest cult ever. Yeah. I'll be in your cult. It's just kindness. It's just love. It's just right. Like, thank you. But that was a big root because that was so painful for us because you couldn't leave. And it was terrifying watching people get demons casted out of them all the time. Yeah. Like that. I didn't want that.
That's just rude.
But it mimics what we really want, which is community. Yeah. Like it's so this year has been a coming alive. And life's not perfect and it won't ever be because it's life. But it can be fun and it can be easy and we can do it together and we can do it joyfully and it doesn't have to be such a pain in the ass. And you know what? We probably need to like thicken our skins and soften our hearts. Yeah. And it's a whole lot easier to do when you're doing it with people you like.
Right. Yeah. In like an orchard, like we're all trees. Because you know what? The more trees.
We've kept her for a long time though. This is like.
How far are we into this? I literally, normally we have a clock in front of us. We're an hour and 10 minutes.
We could do this for about 40 more years. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
We're just going to have you back on again. Do like weekly shows.
Yeah. Well, we keep thinking we're going to do a podcast, but we've launched a lot of things in the last 5 months. And so it's like, I'm just trying to like get my feet under us because I really would love to do like a podcast, but man, it's more fun to be on other people's shows right now because then I don't have to do it all. I can just show up and be like, hey, where's my Zoom link? I need to talk for a while.
It's like all we need is this mic right here and a computer and a camera. It's 3 items. That's all we need.
And scheduling is not a VA is next on my list of things to get, because I'm like way too flighty. I'm just like, if I didn't have alerts on my phone and computer and everywhere, I'd be like, where are we going? Where are we going? What are we doing? I want an adventure. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Like I need someone to keep track of me. When I'm standing and talking, Reid literally holds onto the back of my pants so I can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
when I would get on stage, I'd always jump off stage and be down in the crowd. Like I'd miss all the lighting guys off because I was never in the right place. I just do whatever the hell I want.
Tell her not to move.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Like, Reid figured out that he gives me a chair, he can keep my vibe a little lower.
I just figured out.
Because if I'm standing.
Wearing pants.
No, I am wearing pants.
Oh, wait, she's wearing
pants.
Look,
I'm wearing booty shorts. They're there.
Mini pants. She's wearing her mini pants.
I only get dressed from the waist up.
I like to say that Jess is like trying to jump on a Vaseline racehorse. You just can't do it. You just.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's why I hold on to her. She might just jump through the screen. We gotta hold on.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh.
I am who I am.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yes. Right? And if it's okay for me, then it's okay for you, because really it's just a lot of fun.
You know, and that's really all we need to please is ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
I know for me, I'm too old for this shit. So, I mean, I'm like, I'm going to be 45. I need to have like real people in my life.
Yeah. I was thinking you're 45.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
I still do cartwheels. Like, you want to go do some cartwheels and round-offs? It's really fun.
Yeah. And jump rope and hopscotch, because I don't care.
Yeah, like that's actually my big dream. You want to know what I was terrified of saying for so long? I want to buy a town. That's my big goal. That is so arrogant and so ambitious that I'm like just gonna fucking do it, because I'm gonna be 41 this month, and I'm like, okay, I didn't expect to live this long, and I'm only like halfway through ish. Like I'm gonna just roll some dice on that one. But I just want to buy a town because I want like the best amphitheater resort center. I love the service industry. I've spent a lot of time, managing restaurants and stuff like that. Like I love the entertainment fun side. I'm like, I just want, and manufacturing also, because of understanding trafficking. I really spent a lot of time working within manufacturing labor. And so I'm very passionate about those things too. And I'm like, it's really easy to do sustainably if you can start from built structures and then you just apply different principles to it. And it's so easy to have good, ethical, solid manufacturing, housing, community. Like it's very self-sustainable. And so I was like, okay, so that's like my big 5-10 year goal. I'm buying a town. And I'm going to have a fucking blast because I want adult size playgrounds.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't it be awesome to go on vacation to a place that has adult size playgrounds and zip lines over swimming pools? And like, that's like, would you come vacation with us for a week?
Do you want to play human?
Yeah. Just give me a margarita machine. I'll be good.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. That's my fallback. I'm a bartender. So good because we party hard. My grandmother was killed by a drunk driver. So like I party hard and I get people home safe because I want to do it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not fun anymore when it gets bad.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and go deep and have fun and play. And so it's like that that's my big, very personal, audacious goal that I want to have. And I think the real estate's going to crash. So yay for me.
Yeah, this is the time to do it. I'm coming.
Right, there's some guy that built a eco-friendly town somewhere that I'm just going to snatch up for pennies on the dollar in about 5 years.